so last time we were here, we did a little bit of work on the motor, taking out the cam followers, and then we moved on to the front of the motor, removing the front engine cover, as well as the bean can 8-points ignition system, the rotor and stator, and the diode board. Today we're going to start by removing the timing cover. It's pretty simple, all Allen bolts in a couple of sizes, 5 and 6 millimeter. And there are some special bolts, also some barrel nuts in here, barrel nuts that want to make sure that they're in good shape before we reuse them. I'm going to take these out. I'm going to do what I always do and leave them out any rough arrangement, but I'm removing them from the motorcycle. So if I notice anything, I can know what bolt or nut is where in the assembly. Just need to get the electrical harness out of the way. There we go. So another look at the failure of the diode board mounts. Okay. All right. So I had been thinking I didn't want to tear everything off of the frame. But there's some things that I want to do that mean we're going to have to take it all apart. So let's go ahead and tackle the
handlebars, all of the cables, get as much out of the way as possible so that we could get the engine out and get the forks off and really just break it down to the basic components. Great. Okay, something that we got to watch out for. The wiring harness for the back of the instrument cluster has a small Phillips screw, which I have dropped. I'm hoping I dropped it and it's underneath the starter. We'll find out. But as we tear through some stuff, we have to be mindful that we make sure we locate that screw. My real worry is that it wound up in the engine, but We'll see.
All right, so I've got jack stands under the back of the frame here, so we can lower this down. And you can see we're off of the engine stand. So I'll put a little bit of pressure back on that for now. And okay, let's get our tools situated. We'll loosen these bolts and get the motor out. All right, these guys seem straightforward, but they could very well be cranked on there pretty hard, as you would hope. Good amount of corrosion on that guy. Yeah.
So it's bound up on both sides. So let's give it some hand, give it some help here. Okay, so what has happened is the bolt on this side has come out, or the nut on this side has come out rather. Okay, so I just put pressure on the bolt by taking weight off, taking the engine weight off of the stand. Now, okay, so these guys just go straight through. There's an aluminum sleeve on the back to keep it in line, and this just goes straight through the center of the motor. And these can need a little bit of persuasion. There is a spacer inside. Between the motor and the frame that we want to be mindful of. Some models have different length spacers for different locations. I'll have to look up to see what we've got on this one. So I'm kind of looking, and I can see the motor moving up and down on this. So what I want is to have the weight of the motor on the stand. And we'll knock these guys loose. And oh, one additional thing. I'm going to take off the breather hose just to have one fewer thing in the way. The persuader. back one is tighter. We'll need a different, so once we get the front one out, we'll use the motor stand to capture the weight of the motor, but also to help pivot to get the right amount of pressure on the back so that it comes out easier. All right. Okay. I'm just not putting a lot of power into this, just a little pressure. Paying attention to just how much corrosion is on that bolt. Okay, I think we're through. Wow. All right. Now. Okay, so right now, the motor's on the stand. All right. Easy as that. Okay, we've got the motor out. Now, I will strap this down or secure it because at this point, the motor is kind of front heavy and it'd take a little bit to get it to pop over, but it's good to be careful. So we'll get that secured. We'll stop there for this one. I think like tomorrow night we'll get the forks off, and then I think we'll take the frame off of the stand, or off of the lift rather, and we'll pull in the gearbox and the motor, since that's what we're going to start our focus on. We've got a few things to take off of the motor still before I can ship some things out for machining. And yeah, so anyway, all in all, a good day. Thanks, everybody.